This lesson teaches students to control their impulses. It begins by explaining what impulses are, for instance, the impulse to hit back when someone hits you, or to eat something. We learn that many animals are driven almost entirely by impulse. If a baby pulls a cat's tail, it will scratch or hiss. But we wouldn't do that, because humans are different than many animals. We're able to stop and think before we act. We have an area in our brain that helps us specifically with self-control. Students brainstorm why self-control is important, and why stopping and thinking can help them. And they test their ability to put something off they want now for something they want later by choosing either to play one game now or wait until the end of the lesson and play 2 games. After identifying areas they personally have trouble with self-control, they learn more in depth how to stop and think. The first part is to stop. They can do this by counting to 5, taking deep breaths, or even singing a song. The class practices counting slowly and taking deep breaths together. The second part is to think about what would happen if they acted impulsively. They imagine wearing future goggles that help them predict what would happen if they acted in different ways. And they get to click to see if their answers are right. They practice trying to put themselves in somebody else's shoes, and they go over some questions that can help them decide how to act. They go through several scenarios where they choose and see the consequences of stopping and thinking versus acting impulsively. And then it ends with games that strengthen their self-control. If they chose to wait to play until the end, they get to play both Simon Says, and a game where a color is shown, but they must say the color of the word rather than the name of the word. This helps them practice stopping and thinking before responding. I hope your students enjoyed this lesson on impulse control.